Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Amina and you are so welcome. So today we'll be making this bralette which I made in a size small. I used 1.5 balls of yarn and it is really easy to make. You can just follow the steps I made in the tutorial. So before we get into the tutorial, I wanted to say if you like my channel, please subscribe, like my video, share, comment, and you can also follow me on socials. It's a crochet everywhere. Okay, so this bralette, it is really easy. You just have to follow the tutorial, and I have the measurements. All you have to do, sorry, is to take your measurements and you get it. So now let's get into the video. So you need a tape measure, you need your hook, and I'm using a 2.5 mm hook. You need your scissors for cutting off your yarn, and I'm using this yarn. It's a Nigerian made brand, and this is 40 grams. It's acrylic. So this is what we are gonna use. Get your accessories. I've made an identical bra cup for this tutorial, so we are just gonna make the second one to make a complete bra. Okay, so get your yarn, get your accessories, and let's start. So we are working this bra cup from the middle right here. So we work it round and round and make the mesh details, and that's all we are making for this bra cup. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is to create a slip knot, and this is how I create my slip knots. So now you chain 20 chains. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so I have my 20 chains. So you now chain 2. So go back on the last chain you did before you chain 2 and make a half double crochet. Okay, so go into the second chain, make a half double crochet. Go into the third one, make a half double crochet, and making a half double crochet, you yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and you pull through all. Okay, so let's do that once again. Yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all. Okay, so that's basically a half double crochet. So keep making half double crochet till the end of the row, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm at the end and this is my last stitch. So this last stitch you make a half double crochet, and into the same last stitch make another half double crochet, and then you chain 1 and go into the same loop and make 2 more half double crochet. Okay, so after you made that, go into the next stitch here, make a half double crochet, and continue making half double crochets till the end of the row. Okay, okay, so I'm at my last stitch and this is my last stitch, and make a half double crochet. Okay, so now chain 2, turn your work, and in this first stitch make a half double crochet, go into the second, make a half double crochet, and this second row is all about half double crochet also. Okay, so keep making half double crochet and I'll meet you at the top to make the increase. Okay, so I'm at the top and this is my middle. So once again we are making an increase. So yarn over, go into that stitch, make 2 half double crochets, that's 2, chain 1 and make 2 more half double crochet. Okay, so go into the next stitch, make a normal half double crochet. And keep making half double crochets till the end of the row. Okay, so I'm at the end and now you chain 2, turn your work, and this is how you continue making the pattern until you have 5 rows. Okay, so this is our second row. You have to make 3 more rows of half double crochet before we start the mesh detail. Okay, so make 3 more rows of half double crochet and always remember to make an increase here. You make half double crochets, chain 1 and make 2 more half double crochets. Okay, so make that once you have your 5 rows, then we can come back to make the mesh details. Okay, all right, so I'm done with my 5 rows. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So now we are going to start on the mesh details. So you chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Turn your work, so to make the mesh you skip 2, this is 1, this is 2 and go into the third chain with a double crochet. Okay, so we are making double crochet for the mesh pattern. So chain 2, skip 2, make a mesh, so chain 2 and skip 2, 1, 2, go into the third with a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, make a double crochet. So this is how the mesh is going to look like. So chain 2 and skip 2, make a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2 and make a double crochet. So chain 2, and skip 2. This is 1, this is 2, and make a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, go into the third, and we have a mesh. Okay, so we are coming to the middle and we have only one stitch left, so we are making a normal double crochet, sorry. So go into the middle, make 2 double crochets, then chain 1 and make 2 more double crochet. Okay, so go into the next stitch, make a normal double crochet, and now you chain 2, you skip 2, go into the third and make a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, make a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2 and make a double crochet. So this is how we make the mesh pattern. You chain 2 and you skip 2. Okay, so this is how we make the mesh details. At the beginning we chained 5, so after that we are chaining just 2. Okay, so I'm at the last and into the last stitch. This is 1, 2, and into the last stitch you make a double crochet. Okay, so this is how our first row of mesh details looks like. Okay, so now to make the second row we are making the same thing, chain 5, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and go into the chain 2 space, you skip this, go into the chain 2 space and make a double crochet. Okay, so you chain 2, go into the chain 2 space at the top right here and make a double crochet. Okay, so this is how you make the mesh details. When you get to the top here, you make 2 double crochet, chain 1 and make 2 more double crochets, go back to the end, chain 5 and do that until you have 3 rows of mesh. Okay, I made 3 rows here. This is 1, 2 and 3. So you make 3 rows of mesh details and I'll meet you when you have your 3 rows ready. So when you finish making the second, do not cut off your yarn. Okay, so because we are going to join this together, when you finish this, do not cut off your yarn. Okay, so I'll meet you when I'm done with my 3 rows of mesh. Remember, do not forget to make an increase right here and make sure you have the same amount, the same number of mesh on each side. Okay, so I'll meet you when I'm done. Okay, so I'm done and I have both of my bra cups ready. So now we are making single crochets for this one. So chain one and go into the mesh space with a single crochet. Okay, so go in there, make a single crochet, go into the chain two space with a single crochet, go into the mesh part with a single crochet, and into the chain two space with a single crochet. Okay, chain two space. So we are making single crochets to knit, make it neat. Okay, so now go into every stitch here, make a single crochet, so now go into the chain two space, make a single crochet, go into the mesh space with a single crochet also, okay, so we are at the end and this is our last single crochet. So now we are going to join. You turn your cup to whichever side you want to face because I'm joining this at the wrong side. Okay, so you join this to your second bra cup, go into the space here and make a single crochet. Okay, so go into the mesh space with a single crochet and go into the chain two space with a single crochet, mesh space, single crochet, and make single crochets to the end of this row and I'll meet you at the end. Go into the mesh space and on the chain two space. Okay, and here you go into every stitch and make a single crochet. Okay, so I'll meet you when you get here. Okay, so I'm done and this is what the first row looks like. So now we are making our way back. So this sides we make a single crochet also. So going to the mesh part, make a single crochet, go into the chain two space, make a single crochet. Okay, so we are making the same thing to the sides. Making one single crochet into the mesh space and 1 single crochet into the chain 2 space. Okay, we are making single crochets just to knitting up the sides because I like making my work neat. So we are coming to the middle space. This is where we had our increase, and now we are at the middle. So this is our middle space, and now you are going to chain your strap here. Okay, so you chain your strap as long as you want it. I don't know how long mine is, but I'm gonna chain pretty long chain. Okay, so chain as long as you want your straps to be, and I'll meet you when you're done. Okay, so when you're done with the chain, I'll meet you. Okay, so I'm done with my chains. I don't know how many chains I made, but I think this is about, how many inches is that? This is about 24 inches. Okay, 24 inches. So I like it pretty long. That's why I made it. You may choose to make yours maybe a little bit longer or shorter. It depends on your personal preference. So now I am going to chain 2, go into the third chain, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going back with a half double crochet. Okay, yes, I'm going back with a half double crochet. So you go back the chain you made. Okay, this long chain, you go back with a half double crochet. Okay, so go back with a half double crochet. When you get down here, you slip stitch into the next stitch in the third stitch and make single crochets just like we did here till this side. Go to the next bra cup, make single crochets into the mesh, 1 single crochet into the mesh space and 1 single crochet into the chain 2 space. And when you get to the top here, you make your strap as long as this one. Go back with a half double crochet and go into the mesh space and the chain 2 space just like we did here with a single crochet. And when you get here, I'll meet you when you get to this side. Okay, all right, so I'm done, and this is how mine turned out. I did this, my straps. When I came back with half double crochet, I went down and slip stitched into the first and the second loop, made single crochet round, and went to this other bra cup, went up with single crochet and made my second strap, came back down with half double crochet also and slip stitch into the first and the second stitch, then went back down with single crochet, and I'm at the end. Okay, so now this is what we are gonna do for the I'm sorry, I think I have cold, with the bra cup. Okay, so now I will take my bust measurement, and the bust measurement I'm working with is 28 inches. Okay, so now I will measure this, and I think this measures about 12 inches. All right, this measures about 12 inches. So now my bust measurement is 28 inches. So when I take 28 inches out of when I take 12 inches out of 28, that gives us 16, I guess. Okay, so now I'll divide 16 into 2, and that gives us 8 inches. All right, so on this side I will chain 8 inches long. All right, so to make this, take your bust measurement and subtract what you have here from your bust measurement, and then divide what you get by 2. Okay, so when you get what you have, you chain one at this side, and when you get to the other side, you chain the other half. All right, now what I'll chain is 8 inches. All right, so get your yarn, and I'm going to chain as long as 8 inches. So I'll continue chaining as long as 8 inches, and I'll meet you when I'm done with my 8 inches. Okay, when I have my 8 inches, I'll come back to show you what to do next. All right, so I'm back, and this is my 8 inches long. Okay, so this is my 8 inches long chain. So now I'm going to go back on this chain with a half double crochet. All right, so yarn over and loop in this from your hook. This is 1, 2, and into the third loop you make a half double crochet. Okay, so go into the second loop, make a half double crochet, and basically we are going down this stitch with a half double crochet. Okay, so go down the stitch with a half double crochet, and when you reach here, go through all these loops, all the stitches with a half double crochet, and I'll meet you when you get to this other side. All right, so I went across the way with half double crochet. Okay, and I'm back at the other side. So now you repeat the same thing to the other side. You chains as long as 8 inches. Okay, so I will chains as long as 8 inches and repeat the same thing to this side. All right, so I'll meet you when I have my 8 inches to show you how to go down with the half double crochet. It's just a repetition of what we did here. Okay, so I have my 8 inches for the other side, and now you just count 3 stitches and go on the third stitch. So that is 1, 2, and 3. All right, so now we'll make a half double crochet and continue making half double crochet until you get to this side. So continue making half double crochet and go back with half double crochet till you get to this side, and go back and back and back until you have 5 inches. All right, okay, so I'm going to keep going back my stitches with half double crochet until I have around 5.5 or 5 inches. Okay, so it depends on how long you want your bralette to be, because I want mine to be around 5.5 inches. But if you want yours shorter or longer, you can increase or decrease the number of rows you will make. Okay, the number of rows you make, you can just adjust that to your preference. All right, so I'll make mine and I'll show you the size and the number of rows I made. All right, guys, I'm done. And while making this side, I decided to change my mind, and I made, instead of 5 inches, I made, okay, this is 4 inches. Okay, but if you want, you can make yours longer or shorter. Okay, so now I want to add something just to make it look fancy. So now chain 2, as you've always done. Make, sorry, okay, chain 2, turn your work and go into the first loop, make a half double crochet, go into the second loop, make a half double crochet, and now into the third loop, make a half double crochet, go into the same loop with another half double crochet, that's 2, and go with 3, 4, 5, then you chain 2 and go back with 5 more half double crochet. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now you skip the next stitch and go into the third stitch to make a slip stitch. All right, skip the next, go into the third to make a slip stitch. Okay, so now go into the next one and make 5 more half double crochets, chain 2 and make 5 more, then skip 1 stitch and make a slip stitch into the next stitch. Okay, so I just wanted to make a nice finishing. That is 2, that is 3, that is 4, and that is 5. Okay, so you skip 1, go into the next with a slip stitch. All right, so this is how you will keep making the floral pattern, and when you're done, turn your work to the wrong side and join this together at the back. Okay, so you join this together at the back. All right, so do that, and after doing that, you are done with the top. All right, guys, so this is the end of the tutorial. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I hope I can see you recreate this in whatever way you can create this. I would love you can send your DM to my Instagram page, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.